Did you feel like was kind of the difference tonight between the two teams?
I thought it was a back and forth hockey game. I thought both goaltenders made incredible saves. After we, there was a couple times where we could have put some insurance. The go-ahead goal, especially after they scored it to make it 2-2. Anderson made some really nice saves, especially around Skinner, that little flurry there. Obviously that's a difference maker. Just the outcome of the game probably is a little bit different there. And, and our goaltender, he played great too. Skinner made some really big saves early in the first period where, we had the lead, but a lot of it had to do with how well Stu was playing.
Matthias Janmark was saying he felt like the team was lucky to be up 2-0 and that you guys spent too much time in your zone. Do you share that assessment?
Yeah, definitely in the second period I thought we did. Giving them a little too much time. They were making plays, and anytime you sit back and have a good player and they're going to make plays. In the third period I thought we did a lot better job in the defensive zone. Obviously, we give up the shorthanded goal and then one off their breakout where the little mix up on the assignments there. But in the defensive zone, I thought in the third period we checked a lot better. We were, unfortunately, fell short.
7 games into the season, you have some players who are used to scoring stuck on 0 goals. And I realize some of those guys have been around the net. As a coach, do you bring that up to them? Do you prefer to not bring it up so they're not thinking about it anymore? What do you do with those guys?
Well, they don't need to be reminded that they haven't scored. But if there's things that we can help them with whether it's the conversations that we have had just recently, there's a couple of players about them doing the right things and just being very unfortunate. There's some players that need a reminder on maybe how they're going to score. They're going to need to go to the net a little bit more or be available in the slot, certain things like that. So I think every player, depending on how they're playing, gets different reminders, gets approached differently.
It takes some time sometimes with new lines. Maybe just your analysis of Draisaitl with Skinner and Arvidsson there. And I mean, they had some good looks and maybe some frustrating shifts. Is that to be expected with a new line?
Yeah, well, I think, as much as, McDavid and Hyman and Nuge play together, there's still shifts that looks like they're haven't been playing together. So, I don't know exactly, put my finger on it, exactly why it hasn't worked out. You look at the scoring chances and what they're generating, and most games it's in the positive. And you think with those players being together, the expectations is there's more production and being able to outscore the opposition on a regular basis. But right now, I don't have an answer for that right now.
Next one's from Cam. Just wants to know about giving up a couple of goal lead in the third period and just, if that can be tough on the psyche of a group to blow a lead like that in the final period.
Yeah, anytime you fall short when you're winning, it's tough. Frustrating, but it's the NHL. You need to have a short memory. You can't hold on to something too long, whether it's a really good game, really bad game, frustrating, whatever it is. We got to be able to put it behind us and be ready for the next one because we play so often.
You got some guys you count on to score in your top 6 that aren't scoring. Your power play is still finding its way here. How much pressure does that put on your team to be almost perfect?
I don't think. I think the frustration, or maybe I shouldn't say frustration, the pressure the players put on themselves is to perform and play their best. And hopefully they're not looking at so-and-so's not doing their job, I need to do more. Because once you get into that creates more frustration, more pressure. And, you can only play with so much pressure. A little bit it's good for you to elevate your game. But obviously, if you put too much on yourself, you overthink plays. You aren't playing with instinct. So, I want our players to feel confident and play their best. And to do that, they got to just worry about playing their game.
So the last couple of games, against Dallas, you had a very strong start. Tonight, there were some good moments, but both ended up being sort of difficult losses. Are you seeing enough progress for this deep in the season from your guys?
There's lots of things that we need to work on. And, our special teams, our 5-on-5 play, scoring. We can always get better checking. Obviously, the penalty kill needs to be better. We need to make strides in all areas. And, that starts with the coaches and getting everyone informed of what needs to be done and get better each day. We're not going to turn the ship around immediately, but we can make strides in each little area. And if we do that, then things will start going our way.
Kris, how did you see the 2-2 goal and the rush chance up the ice that tied the game?
A lot of little miscues on several players. We have it happens, the timing for them on our change works out really well. But there's things that we could have done differently right from the up ice till defending it at the blue line. So, everyone could have been just a little bit better. Most guys could have been better.